Welcome back to Mac Talks. Football and Bayern Munich have won their game, their first game in the Champions League against Chelsea, defeating them 3-1 at the Allianz Arena. So let's go ahead and talk about this game. I mean, it was quite a fun game, to be very honest with you. I expected this game to be as open as it was. I knew that, our company was not going to sit back, and I expected, Mariska to tell his Chelsea players to, go out and play your attacking football. I expected it to be an end-to-end game, and, it sort of lived up to what I expected it to be. Both teams really went at each other. Bayern Munich had a much more possession as compared to Chelsea, but it was sort of expected, because them being the home side. So you sort of had you knew that they were going to have a bit of advantage in that regard, and they lived up to that as well. I would say the difference for me, in my opinion, would be that Bayern Munich were the more experienced team as compared to Chelsea's team, and the fact that the way that they played, I think Chelsea, they started really good. They were on the front foot. They started they started creating chances as well, and they had the first big chance of the game, but they were not really able to convert that chance. And then Bayern started to get back, get into the game, and they started creating their chances. I think Chelsea were really poor defensively, if I'm being very honest with you. The second goal where Kane gets the penalty, they give the ball away very, very cheaply, and even for that third goal as well. I mean, what they were doing, I think it was Gustavo who loses the ball. The second time, I think Cucurella, he was not really able to get the ball quite forward quite quickly, and the third goal as well for Gustavo is not really able to handle the ball. The ball comes to him. I think Gnabry is the one who presses him and makes him make a mistake, and Bayern Munich capitalize. I think the press from Bayern Munich was top notch today. I think the way that they worked Chelsea, they really literally, they were on them like, as sniffer dogs on drugs. They literally not let them breathe for 1 second. And Chelsea, to their credit, for most part of the game, they were able to play their games, but they had to defend really well, and they had to. It was hard for them to keep the ball, but whenever they had the ball, they made their chances. It was not like that Chelsea really did not play their game. They played their game. They were just not really able to, get the. They were not really able to get that end product. I think one person that you really need to, give credit to in that Chelsea squad is Cole Palmer. A lot has been said about him, and a lot is going to be said about him continuously for the rest of the season. But he really showed up. As you expect your main guy to show up, he showed up. That's the goal that Chelsea scored. It was all Cole Palmer. The moment he gets the ball, he makes the run, he carries the ball, it takes away to plays the pass towards Gustavo. He gives it back to him, first time finish. I mean, it was a beautiful goal from Cole Palmer, and as I said, you need to really give credit to Cole Palmer for that goal, and even in his offside goal, right, and the one that he scored, the second one as well, it was an offside, a bit unlucky, I would say. 1 second of a decision, he could have stayed behind and made a run 1 second later, and that would have been the second goal for him. But as I said, a great performance in my opinion from Cole Palmer. I think Chelsea, the main reason in my opinion they were not really able to win that game would be because of the inexperience that the Chelsea squad had. And it is. I keep on saying this is the thing with Chelsea and what the Chelsea fans need to realize is it is a learning curve. Last season, season before last, they finished about outside of the top 10, and this last season they finished fifth, and they qualified for the Champions League. So for most of the players in this squad, this is the first time they are going to be playing in the Champions League. It's a big occasion. It's the first night of the Champions League, going away to Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena. It is not a good game, especially with Bayern Munich in such a good form. I mean, they thrashed Hamburger 6-0 over the weekend, and they are undefeated coming into this game. So the confidence level of Bayern Munich is really high. And I've said this at the start of my preseason prediction for Bayern Munich, like their main aim is going to be towards Europe. I mean, they know that nobody is going to stop them from winning the Bundesliga. So their main, focus and main target is to win the Champions League. And the way that they have played today, I think they would be really happy. So if you're a Chelsea fan, if you're, you should not really be quite disappointed, to be very honest with you, because I still think even though it was a 3-1 game, I still think it was a great performance from Chelsea. Two goals. I mean, even the first goal as well. They were not really able to hold the ball in. It's an own goal. It's a bit unlucky for Shalaba that the ball goes off his knee. But apart from that, I think Chelsea were really good. That's in my opinion, that's just it's the inexperience that has really cost them. And two mistakes. I mean, two mistakes basically ended up leading to goals. So if you don't make those mistakes, the game probably ends 1-0. And you sit here and you say a great performance from Chelsea. But this is part and parcel of football. One mistake and it can cost you, and you ended up making two, and both of them costed you. They were just unfortunate. I don't think that Bayern Munich were that much better than Chelsea. I think it was an equal game in my opinion. Both of them had really good chances. Bayern Munich took their chances even though it came from Chelsea mistakes, and Chelsea were not really able to do that. Bayern Munich, they would be really happy, if I'm being very honest with you. First game of the season under lights against a big European team. Chelsea coming into their home, and they go out and they play their football that they wanted. I think the one thing that a company would be really happy. Again, I'm going to say the way that they pressed Chelsea, they made it really hard for Chelsea to play their natural style of football, and they may force them to make mistakes. I think that would be the biggest positive that Vincent Company is going to take from this game is the way that they pressed, and it made life difficult for Chelsea, and it is going to do that. Bayern Munich are going to do that in Europe for against most of the teams, and they're going to play that with that attacking mindset and with that pressing. It'll be interesting to see how other teams in Europe cope with that, because Chelsea really struggled with that tonight, and that resulted in them making mistakes. So if it's going to be interesting how other teams see that. Harry Kane again with a press. I mean, he's gonna keep on scoring goals for Bayern Munich for fun. A great penalty, and I think the second goal to realize. I mean, to be aware of that position when he gets the ball out of nowhere and then he makes that turn, and you can still see there are two Chelsea players, and he still somehow manages to get the ball between them and underneath the hand of the goalkeeper and scores that third goal. A great win for Bayern Munich. A great performance from them. I would be very honest, as I said before, I don't think Chelsea played bad. I think it was quite a fun game, quite an entertaining game. It was an end-to-end game. I think both the teams were on same level. As I said before, I think Chelsea's mistake costed them, and the inexperience of Chelsea cost them this game. But apart from that, I think it was a really good game of football. A great again, it's sort of a learning thing for Maresca and his team, that they need to learn that you cannot afford this type of mistakes. In a competition like that. Like this, and against an opponent like Bayern Munich, you just cannot afford to make silly mistakes like it, because they are going to punish, especially, and players like Harry Kane. I mean, you give him one chance and he's going to pounce on it, and you gave him two really great chances to punish you, and he did. So yeah, great performance from Chelsea. Not the result they would have wanted. Bayern Munich on the other hand, they would be really happy. They would be chuffed with that result. A great start to their campaign in the Champions League. So yeah, that is from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game in the comment section below. Do you think Chelsea were unlucky, or do you think Bayern Munich deserved to win that game? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 600 subscribers as quickly as possible. So please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.